Welcome to Keep It at 99 podcast. It's your boy G. You can catch us on all your favorite social media sites: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe to us. X can't be with us today, so we got a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
So, hi, I'm Bree, and I'll be coming from a female's perspective, and this is in lieu to your executive producers who heard your comments and said that there was a lot of male perspective, and so I'm just coming with a little twist of female perspective. But besides that, what's our topic today, G?
Today's topic, we're going to talk about what should communication look like in a relationship. Is it FaceTiming? Is it talking on the phone every day, hanging out? You know, the basics, or is it more, what you think communication in a relationship should look like?
Well, that's many parts, but I definitely say that communication definitely depends on the person and their style of love language, or however you may categorize their wants and desires. But I definitely think that you should definitely, try to talk with your significant other, girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, fiance, however you want to do it. Probably on a daily basis. It don't have to be full conversations, like hours long conversations, but definitely, a hi, how you doing, checking in on them. Because if you're not, then who is? Not you.
True, but what if somebody doesn't like to talk on the phone every day? Would you consider texting?
Yeah, that is a form of communication.
Even if you don't like texting, you are more of a vocal person. Would you, what word am I looking for?
Compromise?
That.
Any type of relationship should be a partnership, and it's going to require compromise from both parties. And if it doesn't require equal compromise, then what's the point of being in that relationship? Because then one is being more manipulative than the other.
True. But in today's society, the women always want the man to take the lead. And some men are just really laid back nowadays. So would you take that lead instead if he wasn't putting the initiative like some women want to?
I guess it just depends on the woman's personality. I'm a go-getter, so I may, but some women don't. Some women like things handed to them on a platter.
Yeah.
But also if a man really wants something, they talk about they want this boss chick and they want her to be fine and have this, that, and the other. If you really want it, you're going to go get it, and you're going to do what you got to do to make sure you get it, right?
Right. But at the same time, if the woman makes the man feels like he's doing too much, like if you're not giving me the same communication I'm trying to give you, if I'm putting in more effort and you just pushing me to the side, it's going to turn me off.
Well, then you're wasting your time.
So why not just say that? Why not just tell me I'm wasting my time if you just going to push me to the side most of the time when I'm trying to communicate with you?
They also could be just trying to figure out if you are what they really want. Sometimes it takes time for you to get to know a person and determine whether or not you really want to be with them. I mean, when you meet somebody, you don't know everything about them up front. It's not like you read and know everything, and you may even marry them and live your life with them and still not know everything about them. And with that being said, with you not knowing everything about that person, that could just mean they're starting to, that onion is starting to peel layers back. And as the layers are starting to peel back, they're like, you was nice, you was cute, you was this nice little facade at first. But now you starting to look a little not so appealing.
So how long would it take for you to reveal your true self in communication?
Some people hide their true selves until they get married, and then they get in a marriage and then be stuck, and then they find out their husband or their wife don't communicate how they want to communicate.
But why not be real up front?
People know how ugly they are inside, and they don't want other people to know.
So why look ugly to me? Why make it look good on the outside but be ugly on the inside? Why am I going to waste my time 5-10 years down the road and be like, I don't want to be with you because you're an ugly person on the inside?
Well, I can't speak for everybody, and I typically try to be myself, but a lot of people don't really, how can I say this? A lot of people don't really know who they are. Mm-hmm. A lot of people spend their lifetime trying to figure out who they are and what they really want. And if they're always trying to figure that out, then technically they're not lying to you. They're just not settled at who they are yet.
True. But if I want to communicate and if I want to talk to you every day, if I'm really interested and I'm putting my time and my effort in, why shouldn't you just be comfortable with me telling me who you are?
Well, that depends on the person. I mean, it's a lot of psychological things that, not only female, but men have to unpack too. And I know men don't want to admit that they got emotions and thoughts and feelings. Don't look at me like that. Men, y'all sit there, and I know it's what's been drilled into your head, this facade of being a strong man, but a strong man doesn't mean that you don't have to show your emotions. You can show them in a healthy way. You can communicate your thoughts in a healthy way. You don't have to be like, man, she got on my nerves. I'm about to get on this game and not talk to her for 6 hours.
Hold on. You can't bring the game into it because we don't want to talk to you.
But wait, what do y'all go to when y'all cope when y'all don't want to talk to?
We go to the game or we go to the boys.
Exactly.
We can't talk to you about you.
Yes, you can.
No, we cannot.
So then that's unhealthy communication. If you can't talk to the person about what you're going through, then you're a child and you still have a lot of maturing to do, and you should not seek to be in a relationship.
Not at all. Because if I can't talk to you about you and you get mad at me for me telling you something I don't like about you, no way. Who's the child?
Now, I didn't say you throwing extra sauce into the scenario, because I never said that. You never originally said that you said something that you don't like about me and I didn't accept it. Now I
clearly said if I tell you something and you get mad about it. Get mad. I just said that.
I'm saying before.
I just said that. I just said that.
Salt, pepper, and everything to the recipe
just said that.
without even consulting the chef. You feel me?
I just said if I tell you something.
Okay, let me get on your page. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I said if I'm trying to communicate with you and I tell you something I don't like about you, you get mad at me. How am I supposed to talk to you when I tell you something I don't like about you?
Well, if you're an adult and she's an adult, then at the end of the day, you'll have a conversation. You may be mad and need some time apart, but at the end of the day, you communicate with that person. You don't go and talk, just talk to your boys. You don't go and just play the game and ignore her. If she's trying to reach out and have a conversation with you, and you're like, let me leave her on red for 2 days and see how she feels after that. Maybe she cool down and won't got to talk about it.
Sometimes that might be a little space. Sometimes it might not even be for her. It could be for him.
Okay, so when you do those things, you say, hey, babe, whatever. Can I get a couple days space? I just really need to think about the conversation we just had.
No.
So if you don't communicate that you need space, how is the other person supposed to know that you need space?
My bad. I took so long to come back to you or hit you back. I needed to think about it for a second.
So if you do something that upsets your girl and she stopped talking to you for 2 days, and she'd be like, oh, my bad. And that's it. And then come with some lame excuse because I couldn't communicate for 2 days. A person you're supposed to be spending a relationship with, that's supposed to be your partner, not just your codependent. You just dependent on that person, but your partner, right? And you can't communicate that you need some space ahead of time. And not 2 or 3 days after, a week after. Some of y'all do that petty stuff with a month after. Nah. If that person moved on, that's on you because you ain't communicate properly.
So you going to tell me you move on from a conversation, from the person in general in 2 to 3 days after a disagreement?
I said a month. I brought it up to a month. And then I said if a person don't talk to me in a month, then yeah, I'm moving on because clearly I'm not important enough to you to resolve the situation and you're going to let it sit. And, build all that tension up. And then when we actually have a fight, we have an argument. And then the argument gets so heated that we end up saying things that either we don't really mean or things that are harmful to one another. Right?
Yeah, but at the same time, if you already saying... I can agree. I'm going to agree.
Tension builds. See,
I'm going to agree. Because I'm not even going to lie. But even at the same time, I'm going to stand my ground regardless because if I don't want to talk to you because what you did made me bad, when I cool down, I'm going to come back to it.
Understood. But sometimes y'all do things that make the female mad. And then y'all know the female mad. Y'all don't want to deal with the situation. Then y'all go disappear. And then when you come back, you make it think. You be like, oh, babe, you want some food? You want me to do this, that, and other? You try to throw a distraction as opposed to actually sitting there and resolving the problem.
Nah, see, you welling now.
Oh, I'm welling.
You welling now.
Okay, please clarify how
you
I'm
welling. Hold on.
Please clarify.
Let me roll the sleeves up because we boxing here. Let me roll these sleeves up. First of all, a man ain't gonna just come back and say, "Hey, babe, you want some food or something?" You know, that's just childish because I'm deterring away from it, like you said. But at the same time, if I want to make this work, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna duck off. I'm gonna get myself together because I know if I say some things at that point in time, it's gonna be hurtful. So I'd rather duck off and not hurt your feelings and then come back about it with a cool head and then just try to continue it. But if you don't want to continue it and you want to move on, so be it.
But I'm just trying to figure out if you need to duck off and you need your supposed space, why can't you just send a text, babe, I need space?
Nah, it don't work.
That is a simple text.
It don't work like that. It don't work like no, it don't work like that. It don't work like that.
Okay.
Maybe in a imaginary, it don't work like that.
I'm thinking if you have, this is where it comes into the toxicity of your relationship. Because if you can't communicate properly and say, hey, let me just cool off for a couple of days because I've got some things that I really think I'm going to say that's going to hurt you, then why can't you just voice that? So you would rather your girl go missing 3 days in action as to saying, babe, just give me some space. I hit you when I'm ready to talk.
Nah, because y'all be too busy sending shots on social media.
Okay.
Y'all be too busy sending shots on Instagram, Twitter, any site y'all got. Y'all throw shots. It ain't no way that we gonna go on and throw shots because we already checking. We already looking. As soon as we pop on, y'all sending shots. Y'all post a meme. Y'all post a TikTok. Y'all post anything. Shots. Shots is already fired.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Have you ever considered that maybe their way of communication, and you just haven't accepted that as their way of communication?
But didn't you say? Shouldn't you just say it?
And I also said that you have to understand their person and their type of communication method, because not everybody is a vocal person. Like you said, not everybody wants to be on the phone 24/7, right?
So why send subs?
Well, if that's how they communicate, that's how they communicate. Now, if you have a problem with their form of communication, then you need to go to them and say, hey, babe, I don't like our business out in the public.
If it's real, at me.
You gonna want them to at you.
If it's real, at me. At me if it's real. Now, don't send subs.
I would. What? I would. Don't look at the camera. I would at the person that I'm talking to.
At me. If it's real, at me.
Okay.
Tell your man, tell your woman, if it's real, at him. Don't send subs, because you putting that for your hoes. At me.
Well, I mean, y'all keep options, don't y'all?
We do, because we don't know how.
Y'all keep options, don't y'all? So
I'm gonna take that back.
So y'all, nope. It's out there. It's already out there. Y'all keep options. Yeah, and
but hold on.
Every person keeps options.
Hold on. Let me bring it back. We keep options in the first stage. I'm gonna retract that. We keep options in the first stage. Once we know we gonna fuck with you, long term, longevity, it's gone.
Okay, and that could be the same for women.
It's gone after that. But it ain't like y'all be sitting there just 100 with it.
Do y'all sit there and be 100 with it? How you gonna expect something? Whoa. How you gonna expect something from the other party if you ain't offering that off buck?
But even if you communicating that, you still gonna lie about it.
You don't know that. If you think somebody gonna lie about it, that's probably because you gonna lie about it.
Not at all.
Blank.
Not at all.
Because what you see in others is what you see in yourself.
Maybe we're the same person, just different sexes.
Well, that means you gonna lie about it. You literally just proved my point. You just said.
You just said maybe you see a little you in you. So you're gonna pull a me on me. So you gonna be me and try to play my game.
Pronouns here.
You gonna play my game, or we gonna play the same game, right?
Is that so?
Yes or no?
Is that so?
Yes or no?
I can neither confirm nor deny that statement because I can't speak for the entire population of women.
She gonna plead the fifth for y'all.
I ain't pleading the fifth. It's a case-by-case circumstance.
She gonna plead the fifth for y'all.
Anywho's, back to the main topic.
It's all goes into communication. Talk to me. That's how it is. Talk to me. Talk to me how you want me to talk to you.
That's agreeable. That's agreeable. I think that you should, what you expect from the other person, you should do yourself. Because that's just the balance of a relationship. It's a partnership.
If that person doesn't like calling as much as you do, you gonna call him more?
So you saying if I don't like calling?
I'm saying if going back to talking on the phone, if that person was like, yeah, I'd rather text you than talk on the phone, would you call him more if you want to talk on the phone? Would you want him to compromise to talk on the phone?
I think that there's a healthy compromise. Maybe we could talk on the phone 3 times a week and text the other days. I mean, I think that if, I'm the person who wants to talk on the phone, and if I have something to talk about, let's talk about it. Sometimes fellas, let me let you know something. Sometimes a female doesn't necessarily want to just talk about anything. They just want your presence there. And if they're on that level, then you mean something special to them. And if you take that and kind of say, we ain't talking, I'm gonna talk to you later, do it in a respectful manner if you got other things you got to do. But if you just gonna sit there and play the game or sit there and sleep and do something just like not a value added to your life, then I think you should go about that a different way.
That's a little tough out there, But at the same time, if you're just gonna sit on the phone and talk about nothing or just yourself the whole time, do I really want to sit there and listen to it? I mean, I want to talk to you, but it should be a us thing, or it's I'm getting to know you. It's not about what I got to do to get you.
Well, then how about you drive the conversation in the appropriate way?
Even sometimes if you drive the conversation, that person still might be self-centered enough to talk about themselves.
Well, then you have to consider that may be a characteristic of who they are. And if you're staying there and accepting that and continuing to try to work and fix somebody who can't be fixed, then that's a you problem.
Don't save them. She don't want to be saved. Point blank. I mean, me personally, I don't mind sitting there talking on the phone. I could multitask to an extent. So if I'm doing something else, I might not hear everything you talking, but I'm going to come back in and be like, oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah. I'm going to regurgitate some of the stuff you just said to me because I'm going to give you a response. I can't say that for every man out there, but that's just how that's going to go.
Yeah. I mean...
So you telling me you hear everything your dude says to you?
No, and I was just about to say that if your lady doesn't regurgitate everything you say or everything you may have said when you were venting to her, then you can't be upset about it either if you can't regurgitate everything she says. Because a lot of men be like, did you not just hear what I just said? Like I was saying, I finally spilled my emotions to you. Well, if you want to do recaps, I'm going to do recaps.
But if I'm telling you how I feel, and if I'm telling you how I feel about you, don't get mad at me for just like, I'm ducking you off because you don't consider my feelings. And I just told you. If I just spent the last 15, 20 minutes telling you how I feel and you just duck that shit off, it's out of there. Get him out of there, Chief.
So if I just spent the last 15 to 20 minutes telling you how I feel and you say, what'd you say? Get that out of here, Chief.
But I'm already telling you what I'm doing beforehand. If you saying you ain't doing nothing, and I'm saying I'm doing this, that, and the third, and I'm not good at multitasking, I'm not speaking for me, but I'm speaking for people that aren't good at multitasking. And they're like, oh, my bad. What you just say? You expect that you're going to be mad at them because you're like, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Like I said, the key form of communication is making sure that you are figuring out what works for that person and yourself and finding a compromise. And if you can't find a compromise, then, maybe the relationship isn't worth it. You also have to figure, not everybody's worth it. To be completely honest, you have to figure out who's worth it.
I get that. All in all, don't waste your time out here. Make sure they for you. That's point blank, period. Make sure they want you for you in that conversation when you get to know them, when you communicating. And it looks like we done ran out of time right now.
Good convo, though.
It is. I appreciate you for coming on here.
Thank you for the invite.
Always going to be open for you. Thanks again for listening to this Keeping It 99 podcast. It's your boy G.
And it's Bree. Make sure you subscribe to all their social medias on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Peace.